Today, I'm going to give you some interesting inputs about what causes back pain and what's a reliable method to get complete relief from this without using any medicines, painkillers, steroids, physiotherapy, or even surgery. So, listen to this carefully because this sounds very different from conventional wisdom. I will explain how back pain happens, what is the cause of it, and I'll explain to you a simple method which you can use to get relief. You see, back pain is caused because of accumulation of vat pressure in the back. Now, you might wonder what is vat pressure? The term vat comes from the Indian medical system called as Ayurveda. Ayurveda explains three regulatory mechanisms of the body called vat, pitta, and kapha. Vat is the flow mechanism of the body. Pitta takes care of the body's metabolism, and Kapha is about controlling the body's structure, lubrication, and certain other aspects. A short while ago, I mentioned to you that back pain is caused due to Vata accumulation. Now, let me explain. You see, the body has got a flow mechanism which has to always remain operational if an individual has to live a healthy life. For anybody to live a healthy life, a lot of things need to flow from one point to another. For example, the flow of blood, flow of urine, flow of stools, flow of nerve impulses, flow of lymph, flow of digestive secretions, saliva, flow of the menstrual fluids, sweat. All of these things have got to flow from one point to another. Now, what is the mechanism that creates this flow? We all know, based on the principles of physics, that for anything to flow, it needs to have a pressure difference between the 2 points across which flow has to happen. Therefore, if flow has to happen from point A to point B, then point A needs to be maintained at high pressure and point B needs to be maintained at low pressure. And that's exactly what the Vata mechanism does. It maintains high pressure at one end and a low pressure at the other end. And according to that, different kinds of flow keep happening in the body. Now, what happens sometimes there is a blockage or a disorder in this flow system. For example, this blockage could happen because of a wrong posture. A person might just be sitting in one posture for many hours and therefore creating a block of flow. Blocks in flow may because of some health issues also. Blocks in flow could happen because of emotional or psychological reasons. It could happen because of sudden impact or injuries. There could be various reasons for the flow system to get blocked. In case of ladies, one more very prominent reason for back pain is C-section deliveries. You see, at the time of delivery, the body builds up a pressure called as the apanavat, which is the downward flowing pressure which pushes the baby out of the womb. Now, at the time of delivery, this apanavat is generated by the body to push the baby out. But nowadays, there is a trend to have a C-section delivery. Now, what happens because of that is this apanavat does not get a chance to do its job. It does not get released naturally through the body. And then it remains trapped there, typically gets stuck in the lower back. And these ladies very often experience lower back pain after their delivery. Now, what happens is when the flow mechanism gets blocked, the high pressure at one end remains blocked at that place. And over a period of time, this pressure keeps intensifying. So because the pressure is not able to move ahead, it's not able to get released, it keeps intensifying at the same place. And this typically happens in joints, the lower back. And when this happens to a very large extent, it starts creating pain. And you might have observed that most of the time when this pain starts, it starts in the form of a pressure, a kind of a pressure starts getting developed. And then over a period of time, it gets converted into pain. And sometimes this pain can become really severe. Now, the problem is that if you go to a doctor at this point, and if the doctor checks you or even does a medical diagnostic scan, the doctor will not find anything wrong in the scan, because in any kind of diagnostic scan, be it a X-ray or a CT scan or an MRI scan, you are not going to be able to see the blockage of Vat, because Vat is simply air pressure. So it can't be seen. When will a doctor start spotting something wrong? When that pressure becomes so intense that it actually starts pushing the bones out of its place. When it starts creating deformity, when it starts pushing things out in the form of maybe a slip disc or a herniated disc or some kind of deformity, that is when it will get spotted in scans. But by that time, it might be already too late. There is no method that conventional medicine has to deal with this blocked pressure. The only way this is treated conventionally is by giving painkillers, by steroids, by some ways of blocking the pain. Okay, so there is no reliable way of getting the Vat pressure out. To a certain extent, physiotherapy can help, provided the physiotherapist knows how to get this blocked pressure out. If the person is not well trained, then in fact, by wrong ways of moving the body parts, the flow mechanism can get further disturbed and can lead to more problems. Now you might ask, what is the way then to get this blocked pressure out? I use a very simple method called as quantum healing, and it uses pure consciousness to trigger a healing reaction in the body. Once the healing reaction is triggered, the blocked Vat starts getting released from where it is trapped and starts exiting the body in the form of either burping or passing of gas, yawning, hiccups, sneezing or coughing. Sometimes I've seen people sweat. Sometimes there are twitching, movements, vibrations, a lot of these things. And then the body gradually starts throwing out the blocked pressure. Very soon, the level of pain comes down. And once pain comes down and the flow mechanism starts getting regulated properly, over the next couple of days, the pain starts reducing and then goes away. This does not need any medicines. This does not need any external intervention. The body is intelligent enough to correct the problem once the healing process is triggered. Some of you might be wondering, what exactly is this silent mind consciousness state? Well, this silent mind consciousness state is called as the 0 point. It's basically the deepest level of our human existence. I always tell people that if any problem has to be corrected, it can be corrected at different levels. For example, at the body level, a surgeon or a physiotherapist would work. If you want even better healing, then you need to go further deeper to an organ level. Okay. Further deeper to a cellular level, below that to an atom level, below that to a subatomic particle level, or to a wave level. Or if you want to go even deeper than the wave, then you need to go down to a state of nothingness. And this state of nothingness is where we are working. Okay, this state of nothingness, called as the 0 point, is a state of no mind. There is absolutely no mind there. It's a state of pure stillness and consciousness. And once you maintain this level of consciousness and connect it to the affected body part, that body part at the deep state of consciousness starts correcting itself. The body uses its own intelligence to immediately get into a state of harmony where energy and order both get corrected. The Vat, Pitta and Kapha systems start getting regulated and the body comes into a state of harmony. So typically, if I'm treating somebody for back pain, what I do is I just connect with them on a video call. So if they are face to face with me, then I'll just sit a couple of feet away from them. Or if I'm on a video call, I just ask them to sit turned around so that I can see their back. And I will just get into a very deep state of silent mind consciousness called as the 0 point, and I will connect with their back. I'll just focus my awareness on their back, and very soon, in the next 4 or 5 minutes, people usually start feeling some kind of a reaction in their body in the form of tingling or vibrations, heat or cold, tightness, lightness, pulling, pushing. And very soon, in the next few minutes, their body starts releasing the blood pressure, which usually comes out in the form of burping, passing of gas, some kind of deep breathing, some kind of yawning, or many other reactions. And very soon, they start feeling a reduction in the pain and getting relief. If you suffer from back pain or even neck pain or any other joint pain, understand that this is just because of blocked vat. It is very simple to get this corrected. You can choose to learn this simple technique called quantum healing and treat yourself. For more details on quantum healing, you can have a look at my website www.instanthealingtherapy.com. There is a link to my ebook on instant healing. There is a link to my course on quantum healing as well as heart energy healing. These are very powerful healing techniques which you can learn and use on yourself as well as others. If you want to have a healing session, you can be in touch with me and I'll be happy to help you with a healing session on video call. But trust your own body that your body has sufficient power to heal itself from this problem. Thank you very much, and do connect with me if you need any more details on this. Thank you.